What's up, YouTube? I'm Tyler, and this is my workshop. I got a bunch of various projects going on from time to time, and I figured, why the hell not, share it with some of you guys, and maybe it'll inspire you guys to do something. Here on the table here, I got my Azusa mini bike with a Predator 212 from Harbor Freight for 99 bucks. But I just wanted to share a little bit of this with you, and why not? And maybe show you some of the build progress I've got going on. I've got a bunch of little things I want to tweak to make this just right. But I guess we'll get right into it. I got this torque converter set up on eBay for 72 bucks. Came with the back plate, the lower clutch, upper clutch belt, and it came with a number 35 and a number 41 sprocket there to depending on whatever your setup is, because those are the more common ones. And I got this junk chain. As you can see, I've got a little bit of an issue with some rubbing. I happen to notice that this chain doesn't actually run straight. It has like a little bit of a snaky effect to it. But that's besides the point. Here we got our custom exhaust. It's a 1-inch pipe I bought at Home Depot. I made a flange out of some 3/16 plate, cut it, and used a die grinder to buzz it out. And yeah, it goes up here to this this dual outlet. It sounds pretty cool. It's definitely like a kind of a thumpy, hollow kind of setup, but it's pretty cool. I got the governor. Yeah, there we go. Right word. Governor was removed. And I think I need a little bit of a fuel upgrade to actually take advantage of that, because it really doesn't feel like it goes much more. But that's on the ballot for the future build. And another thing to note here on the Azusa kit, these pegs, they kind of suck. So what I'm thinking about doing is some welding some tabs right onto the frame and then bolting these through. Because no matter how goddamn tight you get these things, they still spin around. And I honestly would like to, put a little bit of weight on them, or I might even move them back, here, or maybe just forward. I got a clutch cover over there. I already burned the back of my boot, so these do get hot. Watch yourself. So one thing I noticed about this Azusa kit, if you get the Predator motor, or I believe it's pretty much the same as like a Honda, the Honda clone, I guess you could call it. When I put this on, it had a bit of an interference problem with the motor plate and the frame. I had to make some custom spacers out of some 1/4-inch aluminum stock, and just to bring the motor up enough. But I still had to notch out the motor plate. It looks ugly because I didn't take the motor off, so I'm actually going to correct that now and kind of run through it, take the motor off and weld in some support pieces and clean it up a bit. And you see, that's what I'm talking about. I had to notch the belt here because I left the frame in contact with the belt, because when I originally put it on, it was actually, the belt was tucked up in a little bit further than it was. But it started rubbing up against there, so I kind of notched that out. And this back plate, stupidly I cut into this. I really could have easily trimmed this back plate off and made it work, but since I've already got it, I already have it cut out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the rest of this material here. I'm going to square it off and put a nice gap between this back, the clutch back plate and the motor mount plate, and I'm going to kind of reinforce that, weld a tab onto the top of the frame here and up, and do a full seal. I think that'll work out pretty good. And maybe, depending on how I feel, run a strip just straight across. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Another thing to note was when I had to make those risers, it was because the clutch actually hit the frame. I couldn't get it on, but it seems to be kind of working, but we might even rise it up a little bit more. I haven't decided yet. Worst case, I might just cut this plate off altogether and cut out the section I need. And I've got some square tubing on the bench there. Make some custom mounts, and not only that, but I have to either shift the motor back that way to bring the chain into alignment, or put a spacer behind the sprocket and bump it out a little bit, so I don't believe it's fully, in line. I take this clutch off, run a straight edge from that pulley, flat against the surface, straight out, and see where our alignment is. Alright, so we get the motor off and modified the motor mount here. I used some 3/16 inch thick flat bar, and what I did is I notched out the frame here and I welded the flat bar along this, I work on boats, so I've got like this whole boat thing in my head here, a thwart ship, but from one side to the other. Here I'll give you a little bit of a close up. Yeah, so you see I've got the flat bar in here. I did a full penetration weld here. What I did is when I cut this out, the plate, I believe it's about an 1/8 inch thick, and I took my hard wheel and I ground a bevel on the plate kind of going this way, so when I was welding I would get much more of the plate bonded to this flat bar. And a similar thing here with the flat bar to the frame. I kind of put a little bit of a curve or a bevel on the radius there, so as I was welding I was able to get a little bit deeper penetration, because I've only got a 110 flux core MIG. I'm looking to upgrade, here in the near future to a TIG setup. I found a 220 volt TIG setup, but I've got to get the gas, the gas bottle, the regulator, and hook all that up, and then I can do a little bit of TIG welding, which I honestly feel that makes a much nicer, cleaner weld, and a much better end result. So we're back on the table here. Just about got this finished up. I put another piece of flat bar on here and welded her up, and it's fairly solid. And then, as you can see here, I've got some cardboard. I'm doing a little bit of templating because I really want to move the axle back, because this thing likes to wheelie very easily. So I figured my best solution would be make some plates to weld on the back, and I'm doing so by creating some templates and just experimenting with a few different things. But I think this might be my best solution. From the original axle mounting point to here is about 4 inches. So I might push that back, depending. I got to think about it a little bit, and we'll see. So now that's kind of like the mocked up kind of look. The rear wheel pushed back a little bit. I think it looks a little bit better, and it doesn't look like uber stretched, but I don't really want a stretch drag bike kind of look to it. Another thing I might do is I might make some fender mounts, and then have a fender that comes over, just so since this is tire sticking back so much, I don't want crap flinging up on my back, because it's no fun. So I got my my motor, or my clutch notch, cleaned up a little bit, buzzy smooth with a die grinder, and kind of leveled out the welds and made them look a little bit better. Not only that, but it'll be a much smoother surface once I repaint this to kind of match the rest of the bike. So I guess that's it for this week. Next week, today's Wednesday, so I plan to upload videos Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, somewhere around the middle of the week. So stay tuned. Please like and share this channel. Next week I'll show you what I'm up to with this piece here. As far as fit up onto the frame. I'll be recording through the week and then posting on Wednesday. So thank you for watching my YouTube channel, and I hope you guys can gain a little bit, get some inspiration and whatnot. So stay tuned, and there's plenty more to be done on this thing, and I'll be sharing it with you guys. So peace.